Sage, what is your relationship with money?
I have a working relationship with money. When I started teaching yoga, like really what I thought about money was something that I couldn't grasp onto. Like I was constantly trying to grasp it. And then I was listening to a teacher speak about money, and he equated money to the flow, to water. So it's like we use in our language currency or the flow of money. And when we talk about the gross national product, that all those descriptions are in about how things flow in and flow out. And so when I heard that, it was like, I don't know, this light bulb went off into my head, and I'm like, okay, so if water pulls out the tide and brings in the tide, this thing is a constant thing that's gonna move and flow. And so if I find that what I have in finances are moving away from me, when the anxiety rises up, I have a tool right now to say, oh, I don't have to be anxious about this because I know that that's going to come back to me. If I want something, let's say I want groceries, and I think about it, I want groceries, then I know that that's the shape that I'm creating, and this water, this flow, this money is going to funnel itself into that to create the space so that those things can come into fruition. And I think if we could, because you can't, the thing I liked about the water analogy was you can't grab water and hold on to it, right? In its frozen form, it doesn't sustain life. In its most radical, excited form, you can't exist in that. You have to exist in the actual change from all of these states. And if I'm trying to hold on to something that doesn't have a solid, I'm just spending all of my time just literally allowing that to fall through my hands, when if I just sit in the water and just allow the water to flow, there's this constant cycle that I can now enjoy and not have to worry, stress, or be mad about what's not there, because truthfully, it's going to return back.
So it's a belief you have
And that belief, it's like when we got into COVID, everybody was worried about money, all right? But Equinox closed, and I started to worry about money. Me and my roommate were talking about it, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna worry about this. It's actually gonna work itself out. And then Equinox texted me the next day and said, okay, we're gonna be paying you your rate that you were working. And they paid me for that first year. I got paid. I didn't have to stress about anything. Everything was all, and so that was the cement for me to be like, okay, this thing is real. And so ever since then, I try not to stress about it, because I have experienced the abundance. I have experienced it, and I know that the abundance that I have is because I've created this space. And so now what I'm working on is, what is the space that I want to have? What is the shape that I want to have for my finances? What does that look like for me and my life and what's important to me? Because I know that it's going to fill itself in. It's like I don't worry that there are not going to be students in class, because if I come in holding the space for that, even if one person comes to class, if I come in holding the space for that, which is the same thing as this currency, eventually students will come in. There will always be abundance. Even if I'm teaching in a place that I've never been, if I hold the space for abundance, for the flow, it'll always fill itself in. Wow. The universe works in that way. And so I'm going to not work against the universe, I'm going to work with it. And know that if something's not showing up, it's because I need to work on creating a space for that to flow into.
Wow. So not worrying about money gives you more energy to focus on creating the space.
Because worry only creates more worry. Like, so when I worry about money, then not that I don't ever don't have bills, but like they start showing up.
Yes.
your TV breaks, your thing. And so when that happens, what I say to myself and to my roommate is like, it's supposed to happen. It'll be fine. It'll work itself out. And then eventually, it'll happen. A client will call me and have me talk to in 3 months and be like, yeah, I need to do a class. And it's the exact amount that I need because I'm not going to stress about it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The bill comes and I say, I don't pay the bill immediately. I don't pay bills with anxiety. So if the bill comes and I'm experiencing that, I'm not paying the bill because I don't want to have my flow because that's going to ebb back.
Wow.
So I don't want my flow to ebb back to me anxiety. I want it to ebb back to me abundance. And so I don't pay that bill until I make myself get into the place where like, okay, it's going to happen. So that when that abundance comes back, it's just as eased as I gave it out. Does that make sense?
Wow. Thank you, Sage.
Definitely.
It's
definitely.
beautiful.